Hello classmates of the Coursera course Deciphering Medieval Manuscripts. This is my exercise for week 3. I'm going to explain you how I made two little codices like this one, how I write with a little feather like this one, and how I made some ink to dry. Okay, let's start. Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about how I made the ink. I used tea because that was I had available, and I used a rooibos tea that I had, and I prepared it as commonly and following instructions. Put it in a plastic glass, and then I was looking for Arabic gum to make the substance agglutinative, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I found this sort of glue like silicone, its name Goma Eva, but it didn't work at all. It made a little solid stink in here, and it didn't mix with the liquid, so it was a mess. It didn't work, and I had to find another solution. I looked for an egg, and then I took the white part of the egg and I mixed it with the tea, and I got this sort of very liquid ink that it was not so bad to write, because actually human being has writing with anything in history. So now I would like also to show you what I found during the ink preparation, because the rooibos tea surprisingly had some guests inside, so little insects living in the rooibos tea that is not for human consumption anymore. But I thought, well, cochinilla has been used for many years to get a beautiful red ink, so perhaps these little animals are going to contribute to my final ink as well. Who knows? Anyhow, thanks little proteins. Okay, now I'm going to explain you how I prepared the feather to make some lines with it, because it's completely different that from normal or from a volley beak that we are used to. Okay, I found a feather. Probably it belonged to a seagull or a big bird, because it was quite big. And then I cut the tip of the feather, and I found, I didn't know that, but I found that the shape of the feather is like a straw soda, is a hole inside. Then when you put in the liquid, in the ink, you can get a little drop with your movement, and then you can drive more easily during more time for making a reasonable shape. And then I got this sort of ink that actually I have to say is like it was a bright ink with sort of sparkling, with sparkles characters, as you see. Perhaps it's for the egg, for the white egg. I don't know, but it was funny at the end when it's dry. Okay, and now I'm going to get into the matter how I made the biennio and quaternio. Okay, the biennio that I made and quaternio were prepared by this vegetable baking paper that is for the oven that you cook. You make cookies or something, you use this bread, you use this sort of paper to not to avoid disasters. And then because it's vegetable and it's like a roll, it was roll up like a papyrus. This time I decided I was going to work in a papyrus sense instead of in a parchment, as was suggested by the exercise. Okay, then I cut four sheets of this paper in an A4 shape, like this one. This is like a standard folio, like a standard sheet in this shape. Okay, after that I have these 4 shapes. Then I cut them again in a A5 shape. Then for the rectangular foliation, I got a final A5 shape with a cover. Okay, I made a bineo. That means I put 2 bifolio, 2 A5 per quire together, like a little comic or something. Okay, this is like this in this shape. I don't know if you can see. These two. This is one, and the other two separated. 2 bifolio per quire. This is a bineo. Then I bind it with this mechanism, with this little lace in here, and I also add my signature in the quire, like with my ink. Then I put my name in here and also a little Roman number in every page, because I got 8 pages in this bineo and 8 pages. Okay, and I also decided to make an irregular quire. That means I made another codex and I add a single tone plus ternio per quire. Okay, that means that I put a 4 bifolia or 3 bifolia together, and I also add a single page like this one that makes a 7-page seven quaternio or 7 quaternio, yes, of ternio. Okay, so how did I make this? I use a stab, like I was explaining, like that was previously explained in the videos. It's a single tone, like cut like this. Then you can add single pages to your text if you need it. And then I use this binding procedure that was a different procedure, but also suggested in the course for our exercises. Okay. I will also want to mention that I try to make the quaternios, and then I follow the exercise suggested by the professor with the numeration of each page. But I couldn't make it. It was a kind of scene in a reasonable place, so I will have to repeat it, or I don't know, I'll watch the video again because I didn't understand it. Okay, and well, finally I would like to thank very much Professor Ana Sanchez Prieto and Professor Luis Martinez Davila for this chance again to learn about codices and how to bind a document and how to make ink and how to whatever. So thanks very much, and I wish I will see you next week.